The man with a lot of turns, a lot of alliances. The story of the Big Show. Well, it's the Big Show. And yeah, well, if you see a meme for a heel turn or a face turn, you always see the Big Show in it, in most of the wrestling community. Well, because Big Show turns more than anyone in pro wrestling. Yeah, so there's that. Well, it's the Big Show and he has a lot of turns. So yeah, well, in WWE he has a lot of turns. Also in WCW, now he is in AEW, but yeah, let's just summarize his turns. So in his first year, well, I think he turned like 4 or 5 times in his first year in WWE from 1999 up to 2000. Well, he debuted as a heel, as a part of corporation. He turned on Vince McMahon, turning face, and then later on turning heel, joining The Undertaker and his Unholy Alliance, which the two actually dominated the tag team division. In 1999, he turned face yet again to have a pursue for the WWE title, and he has a feud with Big Boss Man. So yeah. Then yet again, he turned heel to have his feud with The Rock, which it culminated up to WrestleMania somehow. Or before WrestleMania, well, I think the Fatal 4-Way was Triple H, Mankind, The Rock. So yeah. Well, after that, the Big Show is there and turned face yet again to imitate some guys in WWE. And then, he was sent in OVW, I think, by 2001 or something like that. And then he actually returned to the WWE, but, he's a tweener, and then, he turned heel yet again. So, Big Show, in his first few years, he turned so much that you don't know when he will show up. It depends on his character. When he was a heel or he will be a babyface or whatever it is. Because it's like, his character changes so much. But in storyline perspective, it makes sense. And yeah, whichever he wants to do, he will do it because he's a giant and that's what giants do. And yeah, so fast forward later on and we will skip 2001. He returned as a heel, as I told you, and then he will turn face during the Alliance storyline and all of that. And yeah, he turned heel again in 2002 to join the NWO, to have this storyline with Brock Lesnar. And I think by this time, he is a dominant heel because, he won the WWE Championship for 28 days, which is he is a transitional champion, but he won the US title to have a dominant run with it 2003 up to 2004. So yeah, it helped him big time. I think by 2004 or 2005, he turned face and he feuded with the guys like Kurt Angle, like JBL during that time. So yeah, and then he had a tag team run with Kane. This run is actually long. And then he turned the heel in 2006 when he actually dominated the ECW roster and actually having a good, well-deserved title run during that time. And yeah, ECW by that time, it is actually, it looks like the ECW format and it has Extreme Rules matches before it transformed to its 2007 or 2008 transition, when it's actually less extreme on a daily basis. So if you compare the 2006 ECW and 1990s ECW and the 2008-2010 ECW, you can say 1990s or 2000s ECW is the best. The 2006, it is actually, the second rate best, and then 2007 or 2008 up to forward, it's not that quite good version of ECW, which the fan, actually they were used to. He returned as a babyface and then he turned heel on that night. But because, well, Mayweather during that time was booed by the fans, so he turned face yet again for his storyline with Mayweather, which he lost at WrestleMania 24. And take note, well, he actually took time off in WWE and he actually wrestled in different promotions. And yeah, in 2008, well, he turned heel yet again to feud with The Undertaker. And yeah, this is actually actually a long heel run yet again, which the highlights were he actually had a heel run which he feuded with guys like The Undertaker. He joined Chris Jericho to form Jericho. He actually feuded with Cena and Triple H, I think, by that time. And yeah, he actually made the Show Miz tag team also, which he helped. Well, it actually was the start of the rise of the Miz in 2010. So yeah, after that, well, he turned face in 2010, which during by that time, while he was feuded with the world champion Jack Swagger, which he lost his world championship match. And yeah, he feuded with the SES, he feuded with a lot of guys, and he was drafted to Monday Night Raw and he won tag team titles with Kane yet again. So yeah. And then, well, after this tag team run with Kane, well, he feuded with Alberto Del Rio, Mark Henry, and then he turned heel in 2012, and then he feuded with John Cena. And then, yeah, he turned face in 2013. He feuded with the Authority. And, well, in 2014, he turned heel to join the Authority. And in 2016, well, he turned face. And then, well, yeah, I think in 2017 or 2018, he turned heel yet again to join the Bar. I think it is on SmackDown 1000. And then after that, well, he returned as a babyface. And then, well, he turned heel to fight Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. Well, technically, WWE treated it as a Raw show. So, yeah. And then he turned face after that to feud with Randy Orton. So, you see the pattern here. Big Show turns mostly on the guys who he was actually formerly associated with or he formerly feuded with. Guys like Shane McMahon, John Cena, Randy Orton, The Authority, those guys. So yeah, his association with NWO turning, joining, and then turning, disbanding, or removing himself from the said group. So Big Show has a lot of turns, which he was known for in the wrestling world because of his alliances with different tag team in the pro wrestling industry and even stables which he was actually a part of. So yeah, that's it for his turns, and let's review. Well, one of the memorable turns that I actually like when he was on ECW. Well, he was dominant there, though, well, people actually wanted ECW stars to be the ECW champion, which Big Show was the hated one there because, well, when WWE guys are going there, they were getting booed because they want ECW guys to be ECW champion. And the second heel run that I like is when he was joining Paul Heyman, when he won the WWE title and the US title, which he had a memorable run with the US title, and he dominated that division in 2003 up to 2004 before he put over John Cena at WrestleMania 20. As for my favorite face run of the Big Show, it's more on 2011 up to 2012, which because of the retired superstars on Friday Night SmackDown, while he led the baby faces back then. Well, he was actually one of the biggest face in 2011 in the SmackDown roster. Ray is in the Raw roster, which he was actually a SmackDown guy. Edge retired, The Undertaker appears only on WrestleMania basis, and he was actually the number 2 face guy, or the number 3, alongside with Randy Orton and the rising Daniel Bryan. So that's it for this video. I hope you all like it. Like, comment down below, share, subscribe, and again, this is Mikeratto, and peace, take care, and again, subscribe.